Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, October 24, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a reverse aging health call on us tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position, no outside distraction. Relaxed into your body, still as a statue, focused on your breath, rising and falling. We can often hide from our life mission and spiritual purpose in our mind. Thoughts are safe, while real-life experiences out there seem dangerous, scary, and unsafe. Life is inherently insecure because death is always potentially around the next corner. We might find it easier to not take risks and to go for our big dreams in life for fear of getting hurt or lost in the wild ocean. And when we only choose to stay safe, comfy, basically dead, inside our little comfortable fish bowls of old habits, we only do the things that once gave a sense of confidence and security and stop growing completely. A lot of people on this planet doing just that. Life is this beautiful natural chaos with a divine cosmic structure. Our lives are this daily adventurous roller coaster ride that we need to learn how to enjoy. Life is meant to be fun because you just don't know exactly how things will turn out, do you? You won't know until the last second how you will respond to what someone says or how you make the most important decision you need to make. Each experience in your life is here for your spiritual growth. Each boring or exciting or normal experience is meant to expand you, help you see and feel the entire ocean all around you now, and jump out of your safe little fishbowl and swim in the ocean of existence. It's easy to do. Simply stop thinking about your life and actually start enjoying the one you're living, feeling, breathing now. The less fear we are holding in the body, the more we can relax and open ourselves up to experiencing a more expansive, enlightened state of consciousness. All fears are simply emotionally contracted thoughts invented by a mind that still believes it is disconnected from the source, which the opposite is true. It's good to know that the word fear actually stands for false evidence appearing real. To transcend any fear, first discover what you are deeply afraid of. You can access any fear by opening yourself up to another being intimately in conversation, letting the other peer into you. Soon you will be able to see deeper into yourself and comprehend exactly what you are running from in your life. Once you know what you are running away from, run towards it. Welcome it into your heart with a big embrace. This approach will dissolve any fear instantly, and in time it will be completely released from your body. The more practice you have in embracing your fears, the easier it becomes to find total relaxation, so that you can access your full spiritual connection within your consciousness. Now, this may seem contradictory to many things, yet it's actually complementary. Which means stop trying to continuously improve or fix yourself. How often do you find yourself trying to replace your negative thoughts and feelings with positive ones? How much of your life has been spent trying to heal yourself or your mind? Is all the effort and energy you're putting into improving you actually making you relax into the experience that you are already divine, already sacred, deeply lovable, and already connected to the God Source? The result from continuously fixing, improving, and healing yourself is perpetuating the feeling of, I am not okay exactly as I am. Any unconscious and self-improvement habit is just another egoic dis-ease. The real problem is not what it appears to be. Go to the root of the matter, which is this dualistic mind, and uproot the entire I'm broken and need to be fixed emotional program. Realize that who you are is neither of these negative or positive thoughts, yet the consciousness and awareness behind them. Only through pure awareness will you be able to stop the habit of trying to change, fix, and improve yourself, and instead surrender deeply into the spiritual sacred core of your being, where self-realization is. Enjoying the practice of quieting the incessant, chattering, repetitive mind. The mind is a limited conglomeration of ideas and beliefs about who we think we are and what reality is. It behaves much like a computer that is unaware of itself and just spits out information that was programmed into it. The mind is like a machine, so it is not conscious. The mind is a horrible master and a wonderful servant. We need to train the mind so that we can use it instead of being used by it. It cannot remain in the present moment. It must keep moving with ideas that engage the past and future to remain in control of you. And when we quiet the mind, we regain control of it. The more we can practice paying attention to the stillness and silence that is behind the chattering mind, the less power the mind has over you. And the less you'll get trapped in your limited ego or identity. The word ego, E-G-O, is really just an acronym for excluding God's omnipresence. Through the constant awareness of our ego, we can bypass the mind and access this omnipresent divine spiritual energy inside us. We can discover our natural enlightened state. We become aligned with the bigger truth that we already are infinite spiritual beings who have been given the gift of limited physical human expression with illusionary challenges that make us grow. And when the mind is quiet, we can enjoy this divine play and find real peace with the entire dynamic. We find full acceptance that we are both the ego and spirit, and know all is perfect as it is. Releasing all attachments and aversions to everyone and everything. As humans, we tend to get attached to or avoid certain thoughts and feelings we believe will make us happy or unhappy. We get into habits of resisting life, trying to control our experiences so that we get what we think will only bring us joy and avoid what makes us unhappy. We even create these patterns based on what others say, feel, and believe, and ignore our own inner voice and connection. And this attachment and avoidance habit manifests because deep down we feel disconnected from our spiritual source. We are still trying to find some form of security by controlling our reality. And when we were young, we saw others avoiding what is painful and remaining attached to what is pleasurable, and believed this is how it should be done. The enlightened state shows up when we listen to our heart and stop being attached to or avoiding anything. When we understand that this life is like a pendulum designed to swing and give us both experiences of pain and pleasure. We can transcend them both. By accepting this natural pendulum swing, we become free from being the one who always needs to be in control and running the show. Pain and suffering are just the universe's way of telling us to let go and trust the flow. The purpose of feeling pain is not to create more suffering, yet for you to wake up and create an immediate new life change. And this change is necessary for us all to evolve and eventually drop all identity with our ego trip, so we can return to our spiritual source. By allowing ourselves to let go of our mind's attachments and aversions, we can genuinely enjoy our life again. You then start energetically communicating to this universe that you are abundant, thankful, happy, beautiful, and free. This experience allows you to expand in consciousness and deepen your connection to your infinite source inside. Being free from the illusion that you're separate from the infinite source of love, energy, and connection. Feeling separate and disconnected from our universe is the unenlightened state. We become enlightened when we are continuously aware how deeply and intimately connected we already are. The illusion of separation is not an accident or coincidence. This universe is extremely intelligent. Every feeling of separation is needed so that coming spiritually home is that much more amazing. The polarization of separation, unification, breeds a truly juicy, alive, and incredible experience of life. And when we become enlightened, we will see the full illusion and know how to stop manifesting another experience of loss, failure, or separation again. The illusion that we are not connected to the divine is karmic. It stems from lifetimes of our mind's attachment and avoidance, of limiting ideas of who and what we think we are. Once we untangle ourselves from our fun, sticky, karmic mess, we will remember that we were always one energy, one sea of consciousness, and always connected with our source. All experiences of suffering simply drop away when we pay closer attention to who we truly are. All suffering comes from a lack of awareness of our divinity. Once we stop forgetting our eternal abundant nature, we begin stepping forward into a life overflowing with synchronicity, ease, grace, love, and knowing our divine, unlimited nature. Waking up is as simple and easy as remembering the sun is always on, always bright, and always shining somewhere. Know that who you truly are is already awake and enlightened, loving, and free. And when it comes down to it, we already have everything we need inside us to experience all the love, joy, and happiness we could ever desire. All efforting to get anywhere better than here is simply divine misguidance. The universe is already amazing. You are already amazing. And this moment is totally amazing. And by sitting in awe of this amazingness that is already here now, we wake up to the spiritual immensity of our being. we suddenly stop playing small, end all of our suffering, and continuously step into the vastness of our totality. The pathway into enlightenment is a spiritual journey, perpetual journey, into the now. This wonderful yet treacherous journey involves getting to know ourselves very intimately, gently, and spiritually. When we break free from the hard, cold, calculating mind, we realize who we truly are is love itself. We then find out our life's spiritual mission and sole purpose is to radiate this love everywhere we are. When we know our real nature is the divine itself, we become desireless, selfless, and effortlessly remember how deeply, intimately, and infinitely connected we already are to the spiritual source inside it all. Nothing is lacking in you or any of us. You cannot be improved upon. People who try to improve you are destroying you, and they are the real mischief makers. There are so many improvers in this world. That's why the world is in such a chaos. There are too many people trying to improve you. Do not allow anybody to improve you. You are already the last word. You are not only the Alpha, you are the Omega also. You are whole, complete, and absolutely perfect. Even if you feel imperfect, that perfection is perfect. Do not worry about it. It will look strange to others if you say that your imperfection is also perfect. And nothing is lacking in you. Yet the fact is that you appear imperfect not because you are imperfect, but because you are a growing perfection. We think perfection cannot evolve because what we mean by perfection is that which has come to its last growth. This definition of perfection is dead. God is perfect because God lacks nothing. God goes on growing from one perfection to another. The growth continues. God is evolution, not moving from imperfection to perfection, but from perfection to more perfection, to still more perfection. Okay. You see how everything is kind of disjointed? How things can, let's just say, reintroduced in a untruth way. And if you look and you watch, you walk away from the mind and you watch everything. You're just watching. You know, thoughts are coming and going. You're not pulling them in, and you're just viewing. And you see how much of a teacher it all is for you. When we learn to pretty much do the opposite of what we're doing in this life, and instead of chasing, pursuing, climbing, gripping, gritting, we just move into silence. And we have the confidence and faith and trust in ourselves and this universe that anything and everything will come in. Whatever you focus on will manifest and it'll come in. Period. And when you stop judging yourself, and you realize that, you walk out of this, the mind and the ego. You just walk out of it. You practice being in the now, the gateway to the God that you are. Silence. Quiet. All of us are distracted constantly by some kind of noise, right? Other people talking. Phones, tablets, computers, on and on and on. And today, there's more distractions than ever. To most of us, new things showing up. Never, ever before experienced in this lifetime. So it's kind of like you choose what you want to experience. And you let it go. Practicing that, because see, it isn't comfortable for most of us. Just isn't. We're not used to it. It's completely foreign to us in most cases. So what do? Well, we kind of go back to ego mind. As you practice it, you find that more and more you stay in it and with it. And then more and more, the ego mind starts to feel uncomfortable. See what I mean? You're switching it. From being comfortable and gravitating back to ego mind, you're practicing. At first, it's uncomfortable with heart mind. But then as you continue to practice, and be in heart mind, and silence, quiet, it starts to become familiar. Ego mind starts to feel uncomfortable. This is what you're creating. And an eventuality is what? What happens? We end up saying more and more and more, or spending more and more of our time in heart mind. And as time goes by, then we find ourselves pretty much most of the time in heart mind. And with the information I share in these meditations every day, for years now, it begins to unfold for you. Not from a judgment perspective, but from a guidance perspective, where you say, I don't really care to spend any more time in ego mind. So therefore, I'm going to practice heart mind. I'm going to practice silence and being with myself and easing into my body and relaxing and not fretting, not worrying about any of it. Just yours, universe, yours. Then you find yourself focusing more and more on the things you want. See, we came into this life not knowing anything. Total blank slate. Right? And it's really a key factor, because then we start to gather information. We realize that we've got to reprogram ourselves because all the information that comes in, parents, as a baby, and then we've got all this surrounding us and everything. We've got the parents, and we have friends, and we have relatives, and all of this fills us throughout our lives with information. Okay? And we use that information to maneuver our lives. And at the same time, we're manifesting our lives based on that information. And do most of us recognize that? No. But then you begin to. So you start to say that you're not interested in what? You're not interested in the old information, that you're going to surrender it, let go. And then you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to start educating and programming myself in that direction. Of what? Heart-mind. Discovering or rediscovering your connection to Source. Then you'll find your energies are being directed in that specific way. And that you're not being caught in pain and suffering in ego mind. In heart mind, there is no such thing as money, power, control. It doesn't exist. You already have everything, and you know that. And you can manifest anything you desire. And you know that. Greed and hate and anger and frustration and negativity, those don't exist either. Only in ego mind do they exist. Fearful, right? Unsure. Lack of confidence, lack of trust, lack of faith in oneself. Ego mind. It's absolutely irrefutable because we've lived it so long, we've interacted with it so long, in so many lifetimes, that when I share that, it's like, you're right. It's not about being right or wrong, but that's the truth. And a lot of us on this planet, things are shifting so rapidly. We are not glued to ego mind anymore. And we're able to watch, many of us, how illusionary disconnected we are. I can almost guarantee you that when the gods in those bodies of those beings leave those bodies, and in the first while, they will sit there and look at it and go, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I expended all that energy and the things I did in this life that's now over when I wanted to enjoy it. Another thing that we have difficulty with is what? Well, we take this life way too seriously. We really do. So what happens when you're focused on being really serious? Well, the universe is going to give you more of it. And more and more and more. What does it, ask yourself, what does it mean to you to be in the mode or the direction of enjoying your life every day. Being grateful and thankful for every moment that you are in. No matter what's happening out there, you create your life. You know that. So what the heck? Why aren't we spending our energies on creating our lives and manifesting our lives rather than fighting and arguing? It expends energy at a horrendous rate. Why would we do that? Why would we spend our energy in enjoying our lives? Moving out of ego mind into heart mind. That's where the energy really should be going. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Today, I don't know if you've ever done this, but it's really great. Today is a laughing day. Take 30 minutes to laugh about anything and everything that you can. You may need to fake it until you make it happen for real. Yet let the bubbling joy of your belly shake you free from any stuck energy inside. Let yourself laugh more than you have in years today. Think of only those things that lighten you up. Be a crazy, silly Willy until your belly hurts. You'll get a good core workout in your stomach as well. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night, the following morning. We'll return here tonight to 9:15 p.m. Eastern. We continue our reverse aging health call and all the rest. And Saturday, October 25, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, humble with yourself at all times. Being the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, and purest of the purest, purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart, allow the magic to flow in.